Yeah, this is true Geordie. Mostly he does like soccer videos, but you know, sometimes people who make content for other things. Obviously, I'm a video game content creator, but sometimes I make content for other things. That happens. But like, yeah, some basically what's going on is there's some chick, basically like everyone knows that at gyms, sometimes, not all the time, sometimes at gyms there's dickhead guys who try to harass women, and those people are bad people. But it doesn't happen all the time, but sometimes it does. And this chick was trying to like incite that. She was trying to like see if she can record someone harassing her to get like it on video and show on the internet. Thing is, no one harassed her, and instead it kind of backfired. Like she's getting like a lot of negative like replies by everyone, not guys, women. Everyone's giving her negative comments because they notice that she's just being a piece of shit. It's really her who's the problem in this video, not the guy. The guy is just some innocent dude who's just trying to freaking like help. And yes, she didn't ask for help, but he doesn't do anything else. Like she says, "Don't help out," he just walks away. He doesn't do anything about it. It's just like whatever. So yeah, that's the backstory on what happened.
Welcome back to True Geordie YouTube channel. Today's video is about why I hate the internet. It will make sense soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe. So this young lady's gone viral because she recorded herself working out at the gym with a man in the background and basically tried to make him look like a predator.
This is how to not approach girls at the gym.
I hate this. I hate this. I hate when there's sweet days. It makes me so uncomfortable.
Like out the gate, you just pay attention to like the words. She's insulting this guy who hasn't even done anything yet. He looks at her because it just happens. People look at people at the gym. As someone who's in shape, I've had people look at me all the freaking time, especially in high school. Like I've had people, both guys and girls, look. It just happens. Even like myself, it's human nature for your eyes to just kind of like glance over and see people. There's a thing. It's called people watching. You go to Walmart, you might see someone who like their outfit's a little fucky or whatever. You just glare at it. Your brain makes like a thought process of it. Then you just move on.
Okay, so when I first watched this video, I thought like, this girl is no doubt being harassed. This guy's going to come up and really do some bad shit here. Like you're thinking, wow, this must be bad. This has got a lot of views. No, as you'll see, she's called him a stupid piece of shit for a start. He's glanced at her twice. It might have something to do with the fact that she's pointing a camera right at him without his consent, or that she's muttering to herself like a lunatic.
Which is noticeable. If someone has a camera and is looking at you, you're going to look at that camera. You're going to say, "Not a camera. Why does that person have a camera?" Like your brain just immediately going to like start noticing the things that are around them. Like, what is this person doing? They're talking to themselves. It's like, is she recording herself for YouTube, or is she like a workout freaking content creator? And like, is that why she's talking to herself? But she's whispering, so it's like she can't be a content creator because the content creator wouldn't be whispering into the microphone. So what's going on here? So the curiosity is going to hit you in the head. You're going to be curious and just look over, trying to figure out what the fuck's going on.
Feral, like fucking feral.
What does feral mean? Because definitions of a feral man, a person who's not socialized, raised by apes. That's not a very nice thing to say, is it? Shouting feral, fucking feral in the middle of a gym isn't really sociable. Whoa, okay. So let's just get this
She's
straight.
trying
this is
too
horrifying,
hard.
Apparently. Feral, fucking feral. But is it that bad? Honestly, she is loving this moment here, and that is why you know this is disingenuous. That alone, we're at 15 seconds. Here's a newsflash.
Yeah, you can tell it's disingenuous because she's smiling about it. She's trying to like appear kind of pretty and this in like the context of it, but like all the negative things that are happening in the clips, it's just her, and then she's just trying to incite something that doesn't even like that's not happening. And like I said before, this what she's doing, it spits in the face of people who do go through any kind of freaking like harassment at gyms, because there's people who do go through harassment in gyms, and this is an insult to those people. You're trying to fabricate a real problem in society when it comes to people being harassed or insulted and things like that. You're fabricating that kind of shit, and that's hugely insulting.
Go to the gym, Sometimes people are out of order, I get that. But generally speaking, men and women, when they're working out in the gym, will look up at each other, will notice each other. I look at men and women sometimes and see what they're doing in the gym because it's just interesting to watch people work out. Or they need helping, or is their form terrible, whatever. That's just gym life.
There's mirrors everywhere, so it's like you can easily catch people. Act.
I don't keep pausing it, but to give an example of what he's saying, even when it comes to me as an archer, different times when I'll go in the backyard to do archery and the neighbors will just look and see what I'm doing. It's like, are they bad people? Because look, they're curious. Like, hey, what is he doing back there? Is he doing archery? They want to see, you know, what I'm doing. They want to see where the arrow went. They want to see what's going on. I've seen both neighbors on both sides take a peek over the fence because we have fences just out of curiosity to see what's going on. I don't like record like, let's see, my neighbors are being feral, they're being pieces of shit. Like, people are curious. Humans are curious. And when it comes to like the gym, you will take pieces of people because you're gonna make sure they're okay. So just someone who's working out by themselves. It's actually like recommend that you don't work out by yourself because bad things can happen if you work by yourself. Not in terms of like harassment, but in terms of like your health. You know, if you're working out by yourself, maybe lifting weights that are too heavy for you, and now you're gonna be struggling to get it off. You can cause injury to yourself. What if you have a heart attack? Like, there's just things that can happen to your body in the midst of you working out, and you don't want to be alone because no one can help you out if you're by yourself.
Oh, this is nothing.
It is nothing. It's a fishing weight, love. So bear in mind, she's fast forwarding her crap workout here, which is piss week, and he's still not in the picture. He's not looking. He's not.
He's
there.
paying her
He
no
doesn't
attention.
care. If he was some weird perv, he would have at least been hovering in the background and keeping an eye on her. If this is the narrative she wants to pick, he's fucked off. He doesn't care.
I want you to watch very carefully.
I mean, that was a glance. This woman is putting him on the internet as if he's a predator. And he's literally just fucking doing what anyone does in a gym. For a second.
The 5 ads.
Because she's struggling to load the bar. And this guy, you can see by his physique, is built...
So like before he says what he says, she put into like the comment, like the little, I said, it's into like the words.
Oh, and this guy, you can see...
Let me see if we can get to it.
For a second.
There's a point right there. This is what women mean by staring at them like a piece of meat. He's not paying her any attention. He's looking at the weights. If you look at his eyes, his eye level, he's looking at the weights. He's seeing what she's doing with the weights. He's not looking at her body, he's not looking at her ass or anything like that. He's looking at the weights and, you know, essentially like, all right, make sure she's good when it comes to putting these on. Is it too much weight and things like that? And like, should he leave her alone? Sure. But generally, your eyes are going to wonder, like, okay, if things go south, I need to be quick enough to help out. You know, he's a big dude. He probably would at the gym a lot. Probably sees like people struggle, so he might be knowing at this gym someone who's helpful. He's probably just like, all right, let me keep an eye on her just in case this goes bad and someone can help her out so she doesn't hurt herself.
Because she's struggling to load the bar. And this guy, you can see by his physique, is built, has a lot of gym experience. And
you can also tell that he doesn't necessarily want to do it. Because he kind of like, the way he moves is kind of like his shoulders drop and he has that look in his face like, he's hoping that she's not an asshole, that she doesn't like bitch out at him. He wants to help her out, but he also isn't sure about it. He's very unsure. This is something you learn in psychology. He's very unsure about even like helping her out. You can see when his shoulders drop and he doesn't look like he even wants to do it. He's like, all right, let me go make sure that this person doesn't hurt themselves, but also I don't know if I want to do this. I just watch his body language.
Because she's struggling to load the bar. And this guy, you can see by his physique, is built, has a lot of gym experience and knows what he's doing. Whereas with her, struggling with the lightest weights possible, he knows she hasn't got a fucking clue.
Excuse me? You don't have to do that. It's okay. No, it's okay. I got it. Thank you, though.
Okay, so he's just offering us some help, trying to put...
And that's basically the entire video. He tries to help her out with the weight. She says, no, thank you. He walks away. It's the entire video. Like, the next less than 10 minutes of this video is just more just dialogue about it. But it's like, that's the clip. The clip is this guy sees this chick who looks like she's struggling. He goes to try to help her out. She says, no, thanks. He walks away. Nothing else happens. He doesn't harass her. He doesn't bother her. He doesn't say, are you sure? He just like, okay, then walks away.
weight on the side. I've done that with a million people. I've had loads of people come
Everyone who's kind of like, not everyone, but most people who are gym rats have been in a situation where they've done something like that, where they try to see if someone needs assistance. When I went to like MMA classes years ago, that happened where like there's a guy who I didn't even freaking know. He was, trying to create conversation with me and help out. And I was like, I don't really need assistance. And the head coach is like, hey, you guys are doing a lot of talking when y'all should be freaking working out.
Gyms, will you spot me? Or I've asked them, can you help me out? Like, it's just gym etiquette. You know what I mean? It's very normal, this. He was only working out behind me to go up to me because I was at a squat rack all the way in the corner of the gym to avoid weirdos like this. I mean, how do you know what was going on in his head? You're assuming that. Like, he was literally working out his lower back a minute ago, which you can see that they don't have many machines like this in a gym, is right in the corner. She's literally making her own ideas up here. There you go. He's just wiping it down. Not a big deal. End of story. Wait there. What if I just ripped his pee-pee out of its socket so he could never reproduce again? I think we need Jesus
psychotic.
Therapy.
That's psychotic shit.
Your thoughts aren't the normal ones, love. You're crazy. If a man uploaded...
Like, I'll be honest right now, her saying that, she's finna freaking watch list. Like, she might... I wouldn't be surprised to see her on the news at some point in the near future for, like, doing some very violent things to somebody, because she seems like she's fucking psychotic.
Video like this, right? Let's just be real. And said something like that about a woman looking at him in the gym, World War III would break out. This is insane behavior. This is why I don't want kids. Look, why you don't want kids is a far bigger issue than this guy in a gym. You need to just go home and just reconcile with your dad. Fuck it up. Natural selection better take these weirdos out.
So innocent guy should die because he offered to help. That's just what that. When someone said natural selection should take birds out, they're saying that these people should die. So she's saying this guy, this gym should die. We're basically just saying, hey, you need help with this weight, and he said no. He walked away. That interaction means he should die. That's essentially what she's saying.
He just literally tried to help her. He's going to jail for staring at an underage 21-year-old.
Okay. That comment, he's going to jail for staring at underage 21-year-old. If you're 21 years old, you're not underage. In the United States and in most Western countries, the legal age is 18. That's the first thing. You're not underage at 21. You could say, like, you're 21, I'm innocent, things like that, whatever. But, like, the context in which she's using this is if he's trying to, like, approach her for something sexual. First off, he's not. Second off, you're not underage. And then again, this is fishing. She's fishing for something that isn't happening, and this is a bad, like, mental thing to be doing. You should not be trying to fish for things that's not happening, because you're making, first of all, you could ruin this guy's life. He might get harassed. His face being shown, so he might get harassed. He might have bad things happen to him because just being shown, and things like that. And he has to explain like the situation to people that walk up to him. Anyone who goes to that gym regularly and sees him, they have a conversation about it now. So it's and all this exists just for clout. She's just trying to make this video to get attention, to get clout, to get followers, to get likes, to get views. That's the downside of the internet, is people are doing dumb shit and saying dumb things to get attention on the internet.
Staring at an underage 21-year-old. Make it make sense. She's so desperate to be a victim of anything, that she's making out like 21 is underage. This is nuts. Here's the fucking problem, right? Is being a victim on the internet has become such a cushy number that people are actively wanting to be a victim. You've got real people out there who've been through hell and they get so much sympathy. And weirdos, ironically what she's calling him, look at that and go, I want that. I want to be a victim. Victims are special. Victims get sympathy, empathy. They get all the love and attention. And that's the key word here, attention. And it's a great place to be. So let me find a way where I can be a victim too. You're not a victim. I'm not saying she hasn't been a victim in the past, but right here, he is the victim. You're making him out to be a predator. You're fucking pointing the camera at him without his fucking consent.
He said he should die.
Calling him names. This is horrendous behavior here. And if a man did this to a woman, the fucking world would end. Fucking sick of it. This is absolutely nuts, right? Because, like, when I remember, like, being her age, going to the gym for the first time, just like her, didn't have a clue, was weak as piss, and I got help from other older trainers, innit? I didn't video them and call them predators. I know it's different for a woman, and I don't know her previous experiences, but
yes, basically he's trying to say he's not denouncing that it does happen. He's not denouncing that harassment happens. I'm not denouncing that harassment happens. It happens. People do get harassed in every shape of any kind of anything that you do, be it going to the gym, going to Walmart, going to buy some shoes, going to pump gas, playing a video game online. Harassments happen. No one's denying that. What people are mad at is that this person is fishing to become a victim. She wants to be a victim for clout. That's basically like at the purest way to put it. She wants to be a victim for clout.
Vision
Clout,
of
whatever you
reality
fucking
she is
say.
painting is complete and utter fabrication in her head. Adjusting my shorts because I think I'm the problem, and blaming myself because of the deep-rooted misogyny I was brought up with. Imagine.
So she says she's adjusting her clothes because she's blaming herself and how she's dressed for why that guy asked to put a weight on. He can't even see what you're wearing. Like where she's sitting at and where he was at, he can't even see what she's wearing. It's not like her shorts are riding up and now she has a massive camel toe or freaking like a sheet hanging from the bottom. He's at a distance where he can't even see that if that was even happening. He just asked, does she need help with a weight? But somehow she's fishing and creating a narrative that isn't even there.
Imagine having to adjust your shorts.
This is psychotic.
And thinking that. Fuck me. Honestly, fuck today's generation. You lot are a bunch of whiny cunts. I'm sorry, like, I'm sick of yous.
What part of me working out by myself looks like I'm a fucking damsel in distress?
You don't look like a damsel in distress. You just look like a gym goer who doesn't know what they're doing.
I feel unsafe. I feel unsafe.
At no point
She feels
in this
unsafe.
video,
She's muttering all these things to herself. No one's around her. The guy is even gone. She's just saying these things for the camera, for attention, for clout. She's just saying all these things, and there's gonna be like a bunch of guys who want to freaking fuck her, who are gonna like feel pity for her, and you know, say a lot of things that she'll heart their comment and things like that. And I've already seen like some of the reactions to it. There's a lot of women who are mad at her right now because again, they're real victims, and also they see right through this bitch, and she's trying to become a victim for attention.
were you in any danger whatsoever? This is why I hate the internet. If you happen to know this girl, you think about dating her, think twice. She's toxic. I'm telling you now. People who've actually been through this stuff don't usually fucking behave like this kind of twat. It's such a misogynistic world she's being brought up in, and it's so hard. Well, love, get a fucking grip, will you? Some of you might see that this blew up on Twitter and then blew up in her face because the world kind of looked at her and realized, what are you talking about?
Her video got 7.5 million views on her, like, and it worked. No matter what, like, again, I'm gonna use the Vince McMahon analogy of, you know, success. Whether it's boos or cheers, if you got your view, it worked. It doesn't matter that for the most part, majority of people who are reacting to this video, both men and women, are giving her negative comments. It doesn't matter. She got the view. The view is all she needed, all she wanted. It's gonna blow up her social media account. She'll get like a bunch of followers. She's gonna get paid because it's, you get paid based on viewers. So if it's on TikTok or Instagram, then she'll be, every one of those views is racking up for money for her to make. She doesn't care if people are mad at her. She got what she wanted. She got attention. She got some internet fame. And that's all that mattered.
About. But there were some sympathizers. Let's take Kevin, for example, who said, one of the worst feelings I can only imagine. I mean, not really. Finding out you've got cancer is bad. You know, finding out a relative died, that's bad. This ain't even top 20. Another comment here from a gym goer who said it's normal for people to look at lifting in a gym out of curiosity, safety. This guy posted a video where he was doing a lift to someone who he didn't know, a woman, was watching him. He isn't freaking out about it. He's not talking about
she's that chick. You can look at her face. She's impressed because that dude. He's lifting up a lot of weight. He got tree trunks for arms too. Like, you can see her face. Like, he got tree trunks for arms. That's a lot of freaking weight. I mean, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you got 5 45s on each freaking side. Plus the bars. Usually bars are like 15 pounds. Sometimes they're a little higher than that, but usually they're 15. That's a lot of weight he's lifting. You know, he got tree trunk arms here. He's probably making a lot of sound to his face. So he probably like shouted or something like that. Then you see her in the freaking background.
Watching him.
So she's probably like legit impressed, and also maybe she has like a little bit of fear there, a little bit of a shout, because I'm sure that he may like shout. You see his face, like he probably like shouted, but she's probably like just mostly impressed.
He isn't freaking out about it. He's not talking about, don't objectify me. Oh, God. Like, it's not a problem. Honestly, this is insane, man. This is the problem with the internet, is people have got too much fucking time on their hands to try and think of how to get viral. We just need everyone to
get viral, go viral.
That's how I clear out. This is a good tweet. As a deaf girl, I study body language a lot. He was glancing over, but uncomfortably.
That's what I said.
Clear that she was struggling, and he was trying to be the decent person to offer help. Girls like this really ruin it for the rest of us.
What do I say? You look at his facial expressions, the entire clip, he doesn't want to go over there. He does it out of just wanting to be helpful. We say this a lot in our modern society, that people aren't good anymore. People don't do anything helpful. People do everything for clout. If it is helpful, they record it. People aren't just naturally doing good things. So this person was trying to be helpful, and the outcome was he's being shamed. And people don't understand, like, for every action there's a reaction. For everything there's causation. There's also freaking like fallout. So the potential fallout here is you'll get less people who are helpful at gyms because they're afraid that they might be, doing something bad. Like they might see someone who has a freaking bar on their freaking neck and they're kicking their legs up, struggling. It's like, I don't know, if I go over and help that person out, I might get in trouble. Let's not just let that person just die so they'll weight on their neck or some shit, because I don't want to help out. If I help out, I'm the bad guy here. Like that would happen. That happened before. That happened. This is, I think it was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, where someone had a heart situation at the beach, and people didn't help the person at all. And the authorities believed the reason why she didn't get any help because people didn't want to get in trouble. They didn't want it to look like they didn't want the potential of getting called or harassed or any kind of way, because they went over there, did CPR, and they did the whole resuscitation part, and like, oh my God, you put your lips on me, you're in trouble now. It's like this person literally had a heart situation, and no one helped out because there was fear that they would be in trouble for doing it. That's the society we have right now, where people are going to avoid being helpful out of fear of being recorded and being labeled something.
Only do they ruin it for the rest of women out there who men now feel fucking, we're terrified. We're fucking terrified of this sort of shit. But equally, they really ruin it for real victims who are the ones who need this support and understanding in these situations. And videos like this,
like the people who are going to be hurt the most from this are actual victims, because when people do this fake victim shit, then that lessens people believing in a real victim. So because of this person, there might be someone who does get harassed at a gym. People are like, nah, you just like that chick from the other day who freaking got 8 million views for, basically trying to create a fabricated situation. It's like, no, I really was. Like, no, you're lying. People aren't going to believe victims even less. People already don't believe victims to begin with. They believe them even less because of shit like this.
Make people skeptical. Why are you doing this? Why are you trying to record this? Why you're trying to generate interest in yourself? You're trying to make yourself a little TikTok star, aren't you? It trivializes a real thing. Now, I understand that this really does happen. Absolutely,
it does. It definitely does happen.
A lot of them are going into the gym because they want to get laid. That's a motivating factor why men train, because they want to look better to attract women. They go into gyms, they see an attractive woman, all of a sudden, you're not thinking straight for a split second there. And I understand. Women are wearing very tight clothing in gyms, and as men, we notice things. This is biology. I'm not asking for you lot to give an opinion on whether or not this happens. It's a fact. In order for us to keep making babies, men have to find women attractive. That's a part of life, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry to drop that on you, but equally, that's when you got to do the right thing, and you notice it, as we all do. Women notice men. I'm sure it happens as well. And then you get back to doing what you're doing, unless there's some form of mutual situation where both people are, interested in each other. You see, this is an example of when this stuff actually does happen, when people really are out of order. A man was caught masturbating near a woman doing squats in South Africa. I mean, what the fuck, bro? This
is a real situation. This is a real, it's not someone who fabricated their shit. Not that dumb cunt early in the video who's doing some shit to get viewers and whatnot. This is a real situation of someone minding her own business and working out in South Africa, and some gross ass dude being a gross ass piece of shit. Like this guy, piece of shit. Other guy, not a piece of shit. Minding her own business, other girl's a cunt.
footage, the man can be seen on an exercise mat a few yards away from the woman doing weighted squats, while he uses his phone with his right hand and the other appears to be vigorously moving. Yeah, you get the idea. We don't need to watch it. Luckily, someone else caught him. I mean, literally, he's hardly hiding it. There's fucking people all over. Jesus Christ, what a nutter. And that
I'd imagine that guy has been banned from that gym. His face, we don't see his face. But chances are, everyone who's around him, the person who took a picture of him, the person who's across from him, the lady, the other person there's like 4 people who are like, at least for us, visibly in the area, who can see this guy, probably reported him. He got freaking banned. I don't know if it's illegal in South Africa, but like for him to be doing what he's doing in the US, you would get freaking like indecent exposure and things like that. You definitely would get in trouble for like stroking your meat in public. But South Africa, I don't know the freaking laws. So chances are he probably got banned and he's a piece of shit.
Truly is a victim of that, and I mean, he deserves to be locked up, let's be real. I mean, if you're willing to do that, what other crazy shit are you doing? So I think that clears up a few things for today. Are there some horrible pervy guys in gyms all over the world? Yes, there are. They're everywhere, actually. Not just in gyms. However, make sure you know someone's actually a pervert before filming them, calling them names, uploading it to the internet, and insinuating that they are a pervert with zero evidence to suggest that. And
don't forget wanting him to die, because she wanted him to die too. She said he should die and have his dick taken out of his body. Or asking to help her. Well, not even asking, for seeing if she needed help. It's insane. I feel like when it comes to this video though, not the person, but like Geordie's video, I feel like he could have used better wording for some of the things that he was saying. Like a lot of things that he was saying in reaction were kind of like, dude jargon. Just like, not, I won't say dude jargon, like meathead jargon. It's like you can use better words here and not sound like a meathead. Just to be honest, when it comes to like the video, he does kind of sound like a meat little bit. Because like how he reacted to it, but the general thought process here is people do fucked up shit. There are real victims out there, and you shouldn't be trying to make yourself a victim to try to prove that there people are a piece of shit. Because again, her goal was to try to find a guy who was gonna freaking do something for content, and the person who got unwillingly put into the video didn't do anything wrong. But because she already had this thought process in her head of what she needs to be doing and to create this kind of content, she still said all the words. She followed her script and said all these crazy things as if he did do something bad when he didn't. Yeah, Geordie could chose better words from that. That chick's a cunt. Guy who did the thing at the South African gym should be in prison. It's just weird. There's also a thing right here. A lot of gyms actually do have a no filming and no taking picture policy. Not all, but a lot of them do. And maybe you should bring that back. The only thing here is that some people do record themselves at gyms because they're content creators. They want to post content. They want to show people how much they can lift and things like that. Like the guy who looked all that weight. He would be able to like show people like, yo, look how much weight a freaking lift. But I do get this sentiment here. Geordie makes good content. His podcast is pretty solid. I don't watch it when it comes to soccer though. So if you're a soccer fan, definitely get Geordie a follow.